Hi everyone, it's Fadrik and welcome back to another adventure in the galaxy of the Rogue Scavenger. Today's adventure is about exploring the scavenging part of our game. So it was time to add the tractor beam to the ship to attract items and get them into the storage system. And after that, you can sell them for money at the hub. And of course, I wanted the items to be thrown around in space and the ship can push them around. And this week was spent mostly on optimizing the code and make it more efficient, easy to read and to modify in the future, which is very important for me in a game that is heavily based on the programming side. And before starting today's adventure, I just want to thank you all for the support, and it's amazing and it's pushed me always every time to wake up in the morning and just make games. And if you are a gamer or even a game developer, we're building a kingdom over in Discord. If you want to join, links in the description, and welcome in advance to our knighthood. And yeah, one more thing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let's get started. First thing we did today is fixing, or maybe not fixing, just redesigning the navigation system. And instead of having double arrows, we have only one arrow now that point in the movement direction. After a bit of testing and making sure it works, it was time to start implementing the tractor beam. So I started doing a small art for the tractor beam in Photoshop, and I decided on the color green for the defining color of the beam. And of course, I did some small particles for the actual beam in the shape of the sonic wave, which turned out to be pretty good. And it was time to implement them into Unity, which was a very easy process to do, and start playing around with the shape of the beam. And I decided it to be in a cone-shaped beam starting from the center, and then add the beam particles depending on the range of the tractor beam module. Yeah, you heard it right, tractor beam module. I have added a new module to the mix of modules on the ship. I don't seem to get bored from adding more and more to the ship, but I have to stop because another module and this game will be way more complicated than it already is. So the tractor beam module have a beam range and the speed of the beam, and also have the ship storage system embedded in it, which maybe I'll move it to the ship core module later this week. And of course, we can't forget to add the power consumption to the module per second. After making sure that tractor beam is running, it was time to create a couple items in Photoshop. And in Unity, I have to start creating the item manager, which will be the main code that will help us attract the items to the middle of the ship. And of course, all the items have to be pushed by the ship to make the movement easier, because we don't need more obstacles in space. We finished up the system by adding the storage to allow the items to be attracted only if they have place on the ship. Then I finally added the master pool to the scripts to make the game a bit faster. If you don't know what pooling is, it's a technique that will allow us to deactivate objects that we no longer need in the scene and activate them again when we do. And that will save us a ton of system resources from destroying objects and reinitiate them again and again and again. So to recap what we did this time, we added the tractor beam onto the ship, and it's working by allowing us to get items in and sell them later in the hub. And if you look at the left in the hierarchy, we can see that the pooling system is working, deactivating and activating bullets all the time. I hope everyone enjoyed today's adventure and this small dev vlog. Join me in the next time to finally create the hub and the worlds around the ship. Also, I wanted to add some resources to the asteroids so we can mine them and attract them to the ship. And a small notice or small announcement, you can say, I may take a small break from this game, maybe a week or two, just developing more ideas I have in my mind and to create some cool videos on this channel. But we are continuing developing this game to the end. And in the real end of this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And yeah, one more thing, come and join us over in our castle on Discord. Links in the description. See you all in the next adventure.